Okay, so without grant money, if there's no grant money, worst case scenario, then it would be $108,000.
Right. And then what we would do, I mean, this is not, we're trying to use improvements from Candia and Auburn to get hooks in the position. It would, I think, fit into our need in the other two school districts to focus on middle school, which has been on hold for a while. And then I think another year would be middle school. And we have to deal with that Common Core, which is being imposed upon us by the U.S. Department of Education. It's going to create some significant changes in curriculum. And I think this position is going to be a vital position in making that transition. But we will share it. And it could very well be that the position would be in hooks at 3 days a week and 1 day a week at each of the others, or a day and a half, or 3.5. I don't know.
It would make a significant effect on our kids. I mean,
Oh,
we'd
yeah,
be losing her 2 days a week.
It's going to remove
Right.
somewhere around 40% of the service. Yes.
Now, is Candia and Auburn agreeable to getting this person? Like, are there boards, like if you find the grant money that covers, like what if you only find the grant money for half the position? They're gonna have to come up with their...
They're not going to, no.
No, do you know what I mean? If there's not...
We would not. Traditionally, the boards, all three boards, and in fact every board that I've ever worked for, has given the administration the discretion to structure grants based upon how the administration perceives the needs of the school district. So I would want to structure the Auburn and Candia grant money to provide an additional service there. And the only reason we'd be able to do that is because I could put that grant money together, because you can only really fund a part-time position. So everybody chips in with the grant money, but traditionally boards have given us that discretion to access grants and to do them.
No,
It's a one-year fix. I would not be seeking to fund the position, honestly, out of the budget in Auburn and Candia. The needs of those two districts are different from our own. But it is certainly, I think we can certainly demonstrate the need in the upcoming year and the changes in the core curriculum and our plans for the development of language arts curriculum at the middle school level to provide that service to the other two communities. They will need that service. So it gets us through another year.
I was just going to comment that it's the uncertainty of getting the grant and quite frankly, the way we're treating that one employee, where we may lose that one employee with the lack of security, so we may not have the caliber of competencies, if you will, and it may be difficult to recruit in the future.
It's a risk. It is a risk.
Now, is the employee aware of this?
Yes. And then even after you restructure the position would actually be dealing with five school buildings in 3 different communities. It's
with travel in the same salary,
yeah,
and
yeah.
an issue there with unfair labor.
And you've got a person who really is an expert in the area that we're talking about, and is probably an unparalleled expert in the Imagine It series because of her home background. So yeah, but you know, my motivation now is, if you can't have the whole ball of wax, what do you put together that mitigates the impact on the districts? It certainly is not as good, but it's better than nothing.
So I have more questions, but I don't know if you're going to continue with your recommendations.
Well,
I mean,
I guess we're
Okay.
talking about these three positions right now. I thought we'd take it in
Okay.
pieces and I'm sure you have more to present
Yeah, whatever.
and then we'll,
Whatever you want me to do.
Now, to secure that the person, because they are highly qualified in our reading series, could we as a board make the decision that we're gonna say to the person, it's our goal that you have a job and ideally we'd like it to be all Hooksett, but we need to explore all of our funding options, but we want you to know you have a job? Like, so that they don't go look someplace else?
No. I mean, I think she's a sharp cookie. And she knows where we're at. I don't think being employed is a real concern of hers. I think we're lucky to have her as opposed to her being lucky she has a job with us. So I don't think she's concerned that if things fall through, like what am I going to do, she will be scooped up by a school district immediately.
I think I was more trying to avoid her going to work for another job.
Yeah, and obviously, it just doesn't make good sense at this point in time to give her any sort of encouragement, like, yeah, you have a job. I think that she's aware that we see a need for the position. And, because she's been with us, is this her third year with us?
This is your third year, yeah.
So she knows that we've had to string some things together in the past, and she is aware of the fact that we'll string some things, or will attempt to string some things together for the future. So I'm not overly concerned about that, but yeah, she's a top-notch professional in a pretty unenviable position right now.
go ahead.
And I always go to, regardless of person that we happen to have in that position, we're blessed.
Very capable.
Okay, we're creating a position for the position, not necessarily. So if for some reason, not knowing the outcome of the game, whether it's checkers or chess.
I have that.
All right, well, not, and I don't mean to make light of it, that the position is necessary to meet the goals, the needs of the district, regardless of who happens to be in there. I mean, sometimes we say we can't let that person go. So I want you to say, even if for some reason she's not sure of how it's going to come and she decides to go else, we still would be pursuing a position in this. Unfortunately, we don't have someone that's her high caliber, but we still would need that position. So that's why I want you to, you're moving towards, and I don't think you mean to, you're moving over to that. It's because we need this person for this job. No, we want that position. That's where my concern is. So regardless of who that person is, whether it's Checker or someone else, there is still a great need for this position.
We believe in the position.
Okay, there we go.
We monitor the position. It's one of Marge's, language development is one of Marge's primary responsibilities in curriculum instruction. Marge interacts daily with this position. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't a vital position. What we struggle with, would we survive without the position? Yes. I'm sure that without the expertise and the support and the professional development that she does with our teachers, that we would do a satisfactory job teaching reading in the school district. There's no question. I have that much confidence in our staff that they, without support, they would do a satisfactory job. But, I don't know about you, satisfactory is not good enough for my kid.
Of course, I was coming into this meeting hoping that Dr. Littlefield could pull a rabbit out of his hat, but I say that only half half joking, I also realize you haven't had a lot of time to really
Yeah, I mean.
dissect the changes and,
You want me to go on it all, Dana?
well, yeah, just let me get this thought out if I could. So begrudgingly, I would, go along with the recommendation on the two additional teachers for Colley, and I say that begrudgingly, but I also know, you can't work miracles. So what I do have issue with is the language arts coordinator, because, we funded this position on grant, stimulus money, call it what you want, that was specifically for, this is not the exact wording, I'm sure, but for the hiring of educational professionals, in a nutshell. And I look at the language arts coordinator position as an existing position, no matter how it was originally funded. The idea was to stimulate the economy by hiring educational professionals, and the fact that we're looking at it now, or some are looking at it now as a new position, I think is wrong. This is an existing employee of the Hooksett School District, and it's my hope that once we get the time to get into this budget, that we can get into the revised budget numbers, I should say, that we can find a way to fund this position full-time. And, we've seen the need. I don't want to play educator here, but without reading, without proper reading skills, we can't do anything else. We can't use our devices. We can't, social studies. We can't do anything. And I think it's, I've been convinced with the presentations that we've heard over the past months, or probably years now, that this is a critical position to the district. And I'd like to leave you tonight with, or this evening, with not a decision made on how we share it, but a decision made on let's look and see what we need to do to fund this position fully through the Hooksett School District. I commend you on your innovative idea to keep that position active, but again, I consider this position an existing position with the Hooksett School District, and I'm not willing to let that go. So,
And I think, I want to know what the other ones, because if it comes down to, if this is a need, that's why worst case scenario, $108,000. If we decide to keep $108,000 for this position, no grant money, we have to find $108,000 somewhere else in the budget if worst case scenario the budget is approved by the voters. And that's part of the problem with stimulus. You stimulate the money for the and that's a whole different story. You stimulate the money, here's the position, but after 2 years, federal funds go, there's no there, so all the districts are left trying to fund positions that were funded through stimulus, so it's backlogged. So that's part of the problem with stimulus, but that's a whole different story. So my current, there would be $108,000 somewhere else that we'd have to find out of the budget.
Although, a couple of things, John. And first, just to put everything in perspective in terms of what Dana just said, I think the purpose of the board getting together this afternoon is really to talk in global terms